Another day, another person that was given a brain just for decoration purposes, okay? I will show you the comment and then I will tell you everything that's wrong with it if you haven't figured it out by yourself. Because I know where this one came from. There's a lot more. So for context, I made a video about a literal white woman tanning so aggressively that her skin tone is literally like, she was like 18 shades darker than her natural self, okay? This is not a tan, this was just race changing, switching, cosplaying, call it whatever the fuck you want. She was black facing for her wedding. Now, why are people in the comments telling me to live and let live? Absolutely not. If I can shit on someone like that, I absolutely will, okay? So yeah. So let's look at the comment. You should also include, I'm just hoping that you're talking about people from India and not Native Americans and therefore using a slur. I really want to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you are dumb as fuck, so anyway, you mean people from India. So Asians and black women to stop bleaching their skin. Asians getting the monolith surgery, stop straightening hair, wearing wigs, colored contacts, nose narrowing surgery or contouring. Oh, the layers. Sometimes it's just body modification and it may or may not represent something racially, blah, blah, blah. And no. I know for a fact you did not use those crusty, dusty, unmoisturized hands of yours to type the inability to judge this issue across the board, including looking at other races and ethnicities doing the same thing, is just sadly performance and not real effort addressing everyone in the room first and foremost. Shut the entire fuck up. It's called internalized racism and everybody does it. See, it's people like you. It's people like you. You be scrolling TikTok and for whatever, the algorithm glitches and you get onto the TikTok page or that part of the internet where black activists do activism work and you just pick up one phrase and you be throwing it around like a toddler that just learned to say mama. What the fuck do you know about internalized racism? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. And then you went ahead to exactly prove my point. Because why did you say? But it can also just be a beauty standard that is constantly in flux, which by the way, it's not. It really isn't. The beauty standard has always been blonde, blau hair. That's how mad you make me. Blonde, blue-eyed white women. Since the beginning of our mutation, okay? Since the beginning of the whitewashing of human history, the beauty standard has always been white women. Nothing is fluxing, but those two brain cells of yours. Anyway, let's continue. And I suggest stop being so American-centric. American-centered? English is not my language. What the fuck do I know? On this topic, if you really don't want to look like a hypocrite, first and foremost, let's address the elephant in the room. I don't give a shit how I look like to people like you. Let's start there, okay? I don't give a shit. People like you always call me racist towards white people, so it doesn't even scratch my left ass cheek in summer heat, okay? That's how fucking I don't care about your opinion. Or if I don't, or if I do look like a hypocrite to you, okay? The only hypocrite in the room is your mom because you're still breathing, okay? This woman made a terrible mistake and now all of us have to bear the consequences. So please do not go around calling people hypocrite, okay? Good. But let's look at this from the reality, shall we? First and foremost, there's social hierarchy. Okay, I don't even know how to explain to someone that 1 and 1 is 2 when you're literally telling me that 1 and 1 is 17, because that's this. This is that. Like, how do you explain to somebody that 1 and 1 is not 17 but 2 when they don't even understand the concept of mathematics, of adding numbers together and those numbers equate into another number. This is like you just used German grammar to explain English mathematics to me. That's what you did. You didn't do shit. You wrote an essay of nonsense. Not a shit thing in this whole fuckery here made any sense. Nothing made sense here. You just like... Anyway. There's something called social hierarchy, okay? That means the same thing might have different reasons, different outcomes, and different consequences when two different people or two people of different ethnicities or races do it. Okay? Let's use a very simple logic, even for you. If I'm with my friends, girlfriends, okay, and I will call my best friend the B word, we would jiggle and giggle about it. In fact, it's not even there. However, if a man comes along, even if it's a random stranger or even if it's someone we superficially know and he's like, yo, B, and he calls one of my girlfriends the B word, that's not the same thing, right? It's the same act. That girl has been called the B word by two different people. The same act, different outcomes, different consequences, and different social hierarchies. Even you should be able to understand that. I cannot make it any easier. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. My 6-year-old has more comprehension skills than you. That being said, and I cannot go into this because I'm clearly not black. However, of my perspective, of my opinion as an outsider, there's a huge difference of an entire race of people that is literally the blueprint of humanity that has been denied their very existence. Their very existence has been whitewashed, has been eradicated, has been changed, and has been reduced to the crimes white people committed on that particular ethnicity. Okay? There's a difference if people of that ethnicity try and assimilate themselves to a white majority in predominantly white societies. That is something that is psychologically understandable. That is a trauma response. Okay, you may want to Google that. White people excessively tanning is blackfacing and is racism. That's not a fucking trauma response. You're just a piece of shit. Okay, not the same thing at all. Not even the same act. If we want to break it all the way down, it is assimilation. It is changing of one's complexion. Okay, we can agree to that. But the reasoning and the social motivation behind it are entirely different because one is the oppressed, the marginalized, and the other is the oppressor. Now go to my fucking comment section on that video and tell me why the fuck there are people telling me, oh, after all black women wear weaves and wear wigs and wear blonde hair and wear straight hair, why don't you let white women have a tan? No. How about no? How about no? First of all, wigs came from black people, you dumb fucks. How? You have a phone, a smartphone at your disposal, and you don't use it for shit, okay? And you want to have an argument and then shit like this happens. Like, how are you trying to have an argument and literally not equipping yourself with any type of knowledge, any type of facts? Nothing like that. You're just yapping. You are not making no sense. You sound like a toddler that had just learned to talk. Like a parrot. Tell that parrot, fuck you. The parrot say, fuck you. That's what you're doing. Then, besides the fact that black women were literally the ones that invented wigs to protect their hair, blonde hair, straight hair is not mutually exclusive for or to white people. And guess the fuck what? Asia is a continent. And the fact that you imply all Asians have the same shape of eyes, let's guess. Racism. Tell me you're white without telling me you're white. Dismissed.